And we're live! Live! With Operation Leben, kein, Ponyhof. That's enough of that. It's a one live realism event hosted by the EUF group that has a number of European clans taking part with each other. They utilize the realism mod that has been made by the AEF group. I am slightly drunk, so I do apologize beforehand. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember just to do some simple things. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. If we hit 1,000 subs, I'll probably make an OnlyFans account. So there's it. There's that. And again, I apologize ahead of time. I have been drinking while doing this cast because I'm having fun. But yeah, getting back to the event tonight, it is a one live realism event hosted by the EUF. Tonight we have the 6th GA on the Allied side. They're going up against the Axis forces of the IR9, the 390 IR, and BIA. Some well-established long-term clans in the Post Scriptum community. This is basically a practice match for upcoming events. I will show you the map very quickly. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Boom, there it is. Operation Das Leben ist kein Ponyhof. That is what the map looks like tonight. The allies will be attacking F, E, and G. I'm not going to go over all the rules. The rules are as standard. It's a one live event. There are respawn waves. There are limited assets for both teams to utilize. Limited kits, those being infantry kits, what they can spawn, AT kits, etc. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed tonight. I will apologize again for the line across the screen. Sadly, there's nothing I can do about that line across the screen. It is a bug in the admin cam. All we can do is shout at Periscope and hopefully it gets fixed in the future. So already we've had the mortars from the 6J doing some good work here, getting a few kills down on the IR9 defenders. As I said, the first cap tonight is... Can I just show it again? Let me just get it ready. The first objective is Objective F, followed by E, followed by G. You can see it there on the map. So it is in this bundle of forest over here. That is going to be the approach tonight where the attack is coming in for the allies. Let me just hide that again. And I will apologize. Again, I am a little bit... Hey, if you're watching on this... if you're watching this on YouTube, why don't you have a drink as well? Why am I drinking? Why are you watching this? And you're letting me drink on my own. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, pour yourself a drink. It's probably going to be an hour long, this event. It's enough time to pour yourself a vodka and Coke. Join me. Don't let me drink alone, please. Pour yourself a drink. Join me. So yeah, with a 6J on the attack tonight as the allies going up against the Axis forces. I'll just repeat those again. 6J on the allies. On the Axis side, we have the IR9, the BIA, and the 390 IR. Limited vehicles and weapon assets available for both teams. It's going to be a long event utilizing the realism mod. Once again, the best mod so far in Post Scriptum. I really do wish a lot of the features of the realism mod made it into the base game. This is also on a modded layer of Doorwerth. You can see it's sunsetting. It's getting a little bit dark. It's not complete dark. It is sunset. So it makes visibility a little bit less, but it still allows us to cast and be able to see things. I'll grab one. See? Thank you, Will. Thank you for joining me in getting yourself a drink. Both these teams and all the clans involved are very experienced in these kind of one live realism events. These clans play up against themselves quite often, beating competitive matches, realism matches, one live events, historical events. These teams play against each other a lot. I will have links in the video description as well if you're watching this on YouTube, where you can join the EUF Discord group. I might even throw in some clan links there as well to the clans who take part, so you can have a look at joining the clans. The 6GA on the allies, they're an English-speaking clan, but they're all nationalities, and they take part in a lot of events, not just in Post Scriptum, other games as well. Likewise, on the Axis side, we have the IR9, the 390 IR, which are both German clans. They take place in competitive. They take part in competitive matches, and also one life events such as this, and they also had the BIA on the German side, which is an Italian clan, and likewise they take part in many events like this. Again, I will apologize if I'm slurring or talking funny. I'm drinking. So the initial mortar volleys that came out from the 6J actually did an excellent job. Getting a little bit of damage dealt on the defenders here. You can see this thick forest, though. It's going to be incredibly hard to push through, especially in this daytime. This part of the daytime. Sun is setting. Visibility goes down. It's going to be incredibly hard to push through the thick, dense forests. Or woods. What do you call these? Woods or forests? It's going to be difficult to push through them nevertheless. With visibility so low. The Germans can probably hear there are some kind of vehicles on the field of play. They can hear those heavy engines, those British... What engines did the tanks use again? They used Rolls-Royce engines, right? The British tanks. Someone, YouTube comments, let me know. It was Rolls-Royce engines, I think, in the Churchills and stuff like that. The British tanks, they used Rolls-Royce engines. Or was it... Yeah, it was Rolls-Royce. Was it not? So very, very steady approach so far. Mortars there, landed straight on top. Well-placed mortars. Those actually might be friendly mortars coming down. Devastating for the 6G there as they suffer a handful of casualties. Thankfully, Zoid went down as well, so there is some good luck there. Good news there for the 6GA. Good news in seeing Zoid died, but Jablinski still lived, so that's excellent there for the 6GA. Good job for them so far. You pretty sure it's Rolls-Royce? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Rolls-Royce as well. I was going to say Bentley, but they're German. Aren't they? Is Bentley German? Bentley's German, right? Bentley? Or they were initially British, then German? I can't remember.
Make sure you're covering these flanks. Yeah, so I would cover that sort of 300 direction northwest.
This is going to be a very hard map for the 6G play on tonight on the attack. I feel like we've seen them play on best, which was a smaller map, allowed for a lot more action and a lot more consolidation of the forces you have, because everything is basically pushing in one straight line. But on a big map like Doorwerth, we just open the map, you can see how large the map is. It's going to be so incredibly hard for the Allies to push forward successfully. With all the ambush opportunities the Germans have, and we know the Germans like to ambush them. IR9, one of those clans that like to attack quickly and rotate. We've got a Tiger tank at the moment here, so the Germans actually have armor on this one live event. They have a Tiger. It has taken one hit, frontal hit. So he knows he's going to be up against some kind of allied armor as well. We know what the allied armor is. It is the Churchill. So far the Churchill managed to land one successful hit. Only scraping the bodywork, though, really, of the Tiger. The Tiger's still got plenty of health. Very even matchup, though. Tiger versus Churchill. Both are able to do damage. Obviously, the Churchill is utilizing the APS ammo that absolutely devastates through anything it faces. That APS ammo and high armor of the Tiger is going to give it a great fighting power against the Tiger. The Tiger also incredibly strong armor, APCR ammo, and also a heavy gun. But it's a very even matchup there. Does that Tiger know he's fighting a Churchill or not? Neither teams know what the other teams have in terms of assets, so until they figure out what he's fighting against, they know they might have something, but they might not know the specifics. All these players, though, and all these teams taking part tonight, they're all extremely experienced at this game. It'll only take them 1 second of hearing the engine sound, and they'll be able to go, okay, yeah, I know what tank that is. It'll only take them a second from just hearing the engine from, like, the other side of the map, and like, okay, we know they've got this. Even the gun sounds, they'll know what they're fighting against. So very slow start to this match, which is to be expected. This always happens in these one life realism kind of events. We always state that it's a lot of slow build up and then just an absolute explosion of action, followed by another slow lull build up, followed by an explosion. And on a map like Doorwerth, a map so large, so much area to cover, as in terms of checking your spots as well, and being slow on your approach, you're going to see a lot slower gameplay tonight compared to the map of Best, where it's just action, 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 action.
Okay. Seb, take.
Oh, you can see the British soldiers for this actually have a Thompson as well.
Come back.
On me.
Orders are going out to sector K428.
I wish the realism mod was utilized on some kind of public server because I love the changes it makes and the features it adds. I'm trying to not slur my words. What was the last map we saw these teams play against each other? I think we saw them play against each other on Vengel. We definitely saw them play against each other on Best. I think the last one was Vengel. Vigel, Eindhoven. That map. Probably Grave. Oh yeah, Grave. Man, I love the Churchill, man. I wish the Allies had one more heavy tank in their arsenal. So, what heavy tanks do the Allies have? They have the Churchill and Firefly. Not including the Chapter 3 or Chapter 2 tanks. Just including the overall majority of the game, they have the Firefly and Churchill. What other heavy tank could the Allies have? Speaking of heavy tanks. Churchill versus the Tiger up ahead. You can see the first shot coming in from the Tiger. Second shot there from the Churchill in turn. Both tanks incredibly low in health. The Churchill is slightly winning this fight so far, though. Churchill taking shots from a flank, though. Takes down the Tiger. The Tiger goes down. Lemon. Not quite sure what hit Lemon, but Lemon... Lemon disappeared. I'm not quite sure what hit Lemon. It sounded like he got hit by a tank. In fact, it sounded like Lemon was the tank. But that's a good exchange there for the Churchill. The Churchill winning the fight against the Tiger, as we were just talking about the Allied heavies. This is the Tiger there in ruins. Tiger taking a sore fight there. The Tiger is at a disadvantage fighting the Churchill on a head-on engagement. The Churchill has faster reload, same damage output really when it uses APS. But you can see the Churchill under fire from the flank here as the P4 places side shots into the Churchill, trying to take it out. 2 shots landing there. You can see the sparks flying as metal clashes against metal. The tracers from the half-track are trying to warn the Churchill where it's getting shot from. You see the Churchill on reverse there. The half-track trying to light up the P4, trying to give directions to the tank. Churchill turning its turret. You can see the Churchill following the tracers of the half-track. You can see the tracers landing against the P4 there, trying to give direction to the Churchill. Will the Churchill take a shot? The bouncing tracers. I'd love to see the tracers bouncing through the darkened night there, or the darkening night. Shot from the P4, slightly missing there on the half-track as the half-track also reverses away. Big artillery strike in the distance. See, that whole 6J infantry squad just got decimated by that artillery strike there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 casualties with that artillery strike alone. Lemon also got destroyed by that blast from a tank, potentially. See that Churchill hiding back a little bit as the P4 lurks. Do you do any of these realism events? In the future, I might partake in some of them. Yeah, at the moment, all I do is cast them, but I would like to partake in a one-life event as well. So the 6GA, the Allies, having a little bit of success, taking out a heavy German tank. But in the process, they've lost an entire squadron from ill artillery fire. The Churchill limping away from the fight as well. How do we get involved in this? Join the Discords if you want to be involved in events like this. There are links in the YouTube videos where you can find links to the EUF group, or you can join one of the clans as well, and the clans will likely have you on board for these events. But the best place to go is to join either the EUF Discord group or the AEF Discord group. See artillery. I imagine that is Allied artillery. Almost a big hit there, just slightly too far to the left. You can see it almost got a big hit though, as 4 health bars come up. Splash damage from the artillery, sending shrapnel flying through the tree line. As we have a bit of a stalemate going on at the moment. Casualties exchanged on both sides, and we've got a bit of a stalemate at this point as both teams test each other's strengths. You can see that P4 lurking again in the tree lines. The Churchill having a few pop shots, trying to land shots through the dense trees. Scene. What's this Ion 9 clan? The Ion 9 are a German clan. One of the oldest German clans. They take part in competitive matches, realism matches, like you see here, one life events. They're one of the oldest Post Scriptum clans. So if you're German, they're a good shot. There's plenty of German clans. We also have the 390 IR tonight, and we also have BIA, who are just like the Iron 9, but they're an Italian clan. You can hear those Brens, those 30 cal machine guns spraying through the dense trees and foliage. And yes, 6J are they're an English-speaking clan, but they're multinational, so you don't have to be, English to join them. You can be German, Dutch, speak English, all that stuff. What's the British 6GA? 6GA taking part here tonight. They're like the British equivalent. They all speak English. They're not all English, but that's their main language. Jablonski leading the charge here.
It's a shot, but it's gonna be tough for you to get up there because they have it's quite open around it. Ah, okay. They're not
Let's not risk it.
Yeah. So.
How would one get involved in with that clan? Join their Discord. Most clans, they have a recruitment process where you join their Discord. Then a recruiter in their Discord will message you, and you just go through the recruitment process. All clans have a different recruitment process, but it usually starts by joining their Discord or going to their website. But best thing to do is just join their Discord. Got the Churchill barreling forward now. The land ship. Britannia rules the land. Also can join. Yep, exactly. There's loads of clans that are available. Oh no. Brune, put a message again and I'll give you permits so you can talk in chat. My bot doesn't like links. Let me permit you first. The official Post Scriptum server. Yeah, there's a clans channel where there's a bunch of Discord links to different clans and stuff and their websites. I should make it a command. I should make that a command actually. You see the Churchill here doing some good suppressive fire for the trees, and here comes, what is it? It's a smoke barrage. I imagine that might be an allied smoke barrage landing in the tree line here. A densely packed smoke barrage. You can see the Axis forces reacting appropriately to this assault that's coming onto them. You did it again, Brune. I'm just going to post it for you. I'm just going to post a link for you. You're either too late or too soon. There you go. That's the 5th GB division, who are Germans. Adam Pingu, Diglitz, and I can't see the other name. Is it Philip? Pushing forward here. In that P4. What engine did the German tanks use? I think they used Porsche, right? A Panzer IV would have been a Porsche engine. Was the Panzer IV a Porsche engine? Do you have to be German to join that? I don't know. Didn't Porsche just make the chassis? I'm not a history nerd. I honestly don't know. My knowledge on stuff like that is very... I'm probably more knowledgeable than the average person, but I'm not like super in depth with it. So you see casualties being exchanged on both sides at the moment. German defenders being pushed back gradually on some sides as the 6J slowly push forward, but again, casualties exchanged on both sides. Let's have a look at the kills to death so far. Even at the moment with 11 kills to both sides, so you can see both teams suffering the same amount of casualties. The only difference so far is that the Germans have lost a heavy tank in the process. Oh, Schmidt taking a big blast to the face there as he gets taken out by a heavy ordnance cannon blast.
Well, we gotta hang on. Hold southwest. Hold southwest.
And this is what remains of Schmidt. Rest in peace. F. F for Schmidt. See another German tank just cresting the hill there as those big blasts go out. You know what also is out? My rum and coke. God damn it. I'm in no clan right now and have a good intel. Are you? Okay, you guys, you know, sort each other out in chat. I heard another cannon blast. Can we see what the other cannon was? trying to see. There's a problem with maps like this when you're a caster. It's like looking through the trees to see what is going on. I can do this. This might help a little bit. No, I don't see what it is. Might have just been a P4. Got a little bit of a flank going on here by the these defenders here. You see an IR9 squad coming in with a little bit of flank here. 6GA panicking a little bit. Orders going out as they reorganize their defense. Getting a little bit pinced here. We've got Yeeter Spaghetti-ter. Yeeter Spaghetti-ter. Okay. Sunny Row, Nico, Kuma Lord, Feeny, Blitzkrieg, and Beanie Bear. And a little bit of a flank through the trees there. And this is what's going to be so hard for the 6J to deal with. These dense tree lines with this setting sun weather makes it so hard. Visibility is already pretty low. As you can just see those tracers bouncing off the ground there. Almost hitting me in the camera. Look at those tracers just go through the setting sun night. Spraying through the hedges. Spraying through the tree lines. And again, this is a one life event. And on these one life events, your life is so much more valuable. You can't just run with your AT kit 10 times to try to destroy a tank. You got to be patient. You got to be slow. You got to be methodical. You got to do that suppressive fire. Tanks have got to support infantry. Infantry have got to support tanks. More vital in these one-lifers. So we go on board a Bren carrier here, coming through the trees. Slowly pushing through the trees. It's gonna have to be careful.
Keep going this direction.
Yeah, try and follow forward.
German, bottom right. To your right, man. To your right.
Little bit of a delayed communication there as this Bren carrier runs straight into a German squad, ambushing through the little stream here. The Bren carrier goes straight into it. And Munro, the last one to hold out for the Bren carrier, he just gets bombarded by a volley of Granada. And that is another big loss there to the 6GA as they lose a Bren carrier. And also 5 infantrymen in the process. Schmidt with a big gammon bomb. Schmidt, the last one alive. Big gammon bomb there, but unfortunately in the end he goes down as well as Yeeter Spaghetti-ter takes him out, leaving Sunny Row and Yeeter alive for the Germans. Nice little ambush for them. They did suffer a few casualties in the process, but they still have enough to continue their little infiltration mission there. No doubt delaying the 6GA more, as the 6GA have been bottled in this little opening for a while now. They've been pinned here for a while by the German forces, who have just slowly retreated, using the thick tree lines, bushes, and raises in elevation to their advantage, and as well as these tanks are making it nearly impossible for the infantry to push forward, and also the Churchill. You saw those tracers there going straight over the head of Yeeter. Look at those tracers. That machine gun fire landing very close there. As the Churchill is pushing up the hill, Churchill's slowly creeping up. You can hear the tank crews on both sides. Their engines react to each other. Very clearly, they can hear each other's engines. One goes forward, one goes back. Not wanting to have a straight engagement. Sounds like we can hear a few mortars being fired in the distance by the Allies.
McBean is up here.
Spread out, boys,
Stopping
and shoot.
here.
I got 330 degrees.
Roger, 330 contacts, guys. Look, 330.
Ugh, Zoid is back alive. Ugh. Big shot landing down there on Fons. Fons goes down, and also no, Monroe's still alive.
Yeah, you can see the dog.
He was to my
4.
Looks like it could have been Yeeta, Finney, and Sani who got the kills on Fons there. As this little 3-man infiltration mission pushes forward. Two K9s. Is that a K9 as well on the radio man? I can't really see. He's moving around. Yeah, another K9. Is that a K9? Stop moving. Oi, Finney, stop moving. Yeah, it is a K9. See the Allies pushing forward here. The Allies have pushed forward even further. Breaking through the tree lines more and more. There's been a little bit of contact going down here as a big Grenadier shot goes out there from Trebian. Gets a triple kill on Gore, Resolution, and Marcilio. Big Grenadier blast there. Almost punching a hole through the center of this little defensive line. That should help the 6J infantry immensely there, but you can see a few casualties going out on the other sides as well of the tree lines here. That Churchill's still hanging back. It's being struck. It doesn't want to rush forward too hastily. As casualties exchange on both sides. Let's have a look at the kills again. 22-17, so the Germans do have more kills at this point. That big Bren carrier ambush, most likely still giving them the advantage here. See, there's just blind fire going on at the moment. Suppressive fire from both sides. Firing into the trees. You can see that P4 in the distance there, just through the trees. That German tank just lurking right in the center of the screen there. You can see its cannon, the turret of the P4 slowly looking towards us. And we might see some shots coming in. And there's one shot as the machine gun from that P4 starts firing through the trees. Lots of casualties sustained at the moment. Finney and Yeeta Spaghetti as well on the flank there. They're getting blasted by the Churchills. They came up with the ambush, started distracting the 6GA infantry, and all those go down thanks to the Churchill and his machine gun and heavy ordnance fire. Lots of infantry being lost though, but the 6GA on their push through the first... well, this isn't the first row of trees. It's just trees, endless trees on this part of the map. Adam Pingu, Stig, and Philip in the P4. Philip has gone down. I think he was the commander. I keep hearing that cannon fire. Where is it? There he is. It's Lash Flash. With a very well-concealed pack. Able just to send shots through the trees. Look how dark it is. Look at this. It's not completely nighttime. It's setting sun, but on a map like this with the dense tree lines, it makes it so hard to spot individuals through the forest line. Thank God it isn't completely dark, because completely dark maps, oh my God, they're a nightmare. Nuffle, Manx, Garrick, Williams, Cook, Shaw, Mack, Robertson. Still up and about. Churchill helping keep the remains of his infantry alive the best he can. You got to think as well, at what point does the Churchill just risk all, push forward if APS loaded, and just try to punch a hole through the defenders? We might be getting to that point right now. As the Churchill creeps forward. P4 straight ahead, struck Churchill. And the Churchill goes down in one shot just like that. It was incredibly low on health. APR loaded for Adam Pingu and Stig. One shot into the front of the Churchill. Doesn't matter. Churchill's so low in health. It was always going to go down with one shot like that. The Churchill tried to push forward, but just a little bit too weak to do so. Got a little bit of a lull in the combat again as the infantry try to save any casualties they can. And we've got that second P4 move to support the infantry. You can remember this is where the where Trebian got a big triple kill with his grenadier kit. The Panzer IV moved to plug that hole that Trebian opened. So good communication there by the defenders. Plug in any weak spots in their defense. You gotta say the 6J are suffering a lot of casualties here on this tough assault through the trees. Lots of casualties being sustained. Three cannons firing onto the infantry now. We've got 2 P4s and that pack firing into the tree lines. And again, you can hear the metal body of the British soldiers. Every time they get shot, it sounds like a metal robot. As lots of casualties go down there for the 6GA.
Yeah, I've got Yes, I know. Okay, I've got infantry up in front here.
Dizzyco. Getting shot by, it sounded like a Sten gun there. I love how in this mod the British actually have access to a Thompson. I love the Thompson, but it's so rare to get in game. You only get it as the squad leader or the commander of the Americans, which is so unfortunate. Same as the grease gun. You only get it as the American sapper, and I love those ones. I would happily use the Thompson most times if I could actually get to use it. But I hate that you can only get it as a squad leader or the commander. Just hear the volume of fire going out here from the defenders. Just firing through the trees and bushes. As the remains of this German flank do their best to hold back a push coming in from the 6J. You can just see the soldiers go down one by one as Cool Ben, Admiral, and Dizzyco continue to move, use cover to their best advantage, get a kill, do a few shots, move to the next point so they can't be grenaded or suppressed by fire. And they've done a good job delaying the advance coming in from the 6J. You can just see the casualties, the bodies build up for the infantry here. And now the P4 returning once again to help plug this hole that's been opening here.
Keep looking towards that west.
Tank is direct west, about 100 meters. Eyes on.
Be careful, be careful.
You can just in the darkness, just spot the titan of that P4, the big metal monster, just lurking through the trees.
Eyes on, in front. Oh god.
Camouflaged so well.
I'm gonna space him in. It's 280, 270, 90, 290.
Yeah, I see him.
You wouldn't want to be this guy right now. You really wouldn't want to be these guys right now with that monster lurking in the darkness. A British pioneer then tried to place an explosive device on the P4, but unfortunately you can't place the TNT on tanks. You have to drop it on the ground. Otherwise we might have seen the P4 go down there. It did suffer a little bit of splash damage, but not too much from that TNT bundle. And most of this flank has been cut down now. You can see German reinforcements starting to arrive to plug in the opening that was being formed. Meanwhile, over on the new flank, we have another wave of allies approaching. The baby Churchill on the scene, and it's doing a good shots down range there. It looks like it's been landed a few hits on the P4 forcing this German tank to retreat a little bit. So good shots by the Churchill then, as the next wave of Allied forces come in onto the scene. Still, the Allies have got a lot of work to do. This is going to be an incredibly hard objective for them to take, with just how many tree lines they have to push through. P4 there trying to blast Schmidt out of his little hidey hole. Let's just have a look at the kills again. 24 to 48, so you can see double the amount of kills now for the Germans. The German defenders having full advantage of this fixed tree line, the setting sun, allowing them the perfect concealment they need just to ambush and hold strong as the Allies try to push from different directions.
He's coming towards us.
Up here.
Got Schmidt using the best concealment he can here. Using the difference in the elevation. You have guards on the outside of the tank though. Guard in the P4. Schmidt. One big shot there by Schmidt. Long range PX shot takes out the German tank commander. My game almost crashed then. I think everyone's game almost crashed then. Big shot by Schmidt forces the P4 to retreat as Philippe gets decimated. Trebbian was taken out in the process, but this P4 now stricken and weak. Good job there by Schmidt on that flank. What can the 6GA do though to break through the defense edge? You see another Allied squad gets taken out, blasted by packs and tanks alike, cut to shreds by the machine guns. How are the Allies going to be able to push through this defense? See the Cromwell trying to return the favor there. Not having much success.
Alright, we're heading south. Get ready. Relay.
Heading south, get ready.
South ready.
Hang on, hang on. I think I have movement up ahead. Stand by. Yeah, enemy German, stand by. I think it... Good.
Big grenades going out by Zoid. Perfect grenade by Zoid. Gets a little bit of a double kill. The first time we've seen Zoid have any impact in any game. Nice little double piece for him there on 2 BIA squadron members. Zoid will be clipping that later. Guaranteed. It's usually what he does. He likes to save little clips where he actually does something. He'll put it on his resume. Don't tell me he died. Oh my god. And then he dies immediately. That P4 firing all the way down the road. You can see the P4 just in the distance. Machine gun firing. Fodmitten and Zoid both go down. Anderson, the next to go down. He's hit by crossfire by an MG42 to our left. Just Bjorn and Schmidt left. And they're on the retreat now. What are the Allies going to do to break through this defense? And you can see how the Germans set themselves up. They don't just have one consecutive line of defense. They have separate squads in different directions, forming multiple layers of defense. As one line falls, they retreat, form a new line, and a line behind the first is there to fill the gap. So the Allies, they break through one line, they're met immediately by another line of defense. And it's just going repeat after repeat. Good mortars here, though, coming in from the Allies. Yeah, again, we're seeing them having some really good mortars this game. Again, another little free piece there. And another big hit there by the mortars. Yes, another 4 kills there. Another kill there. The central defense of the German forces have been wiped out just by a few volleys of mortar fire. Excellent calls in there by the mortars. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, no. 8. Wait, what? 8, yeah, 8. 8. 8 kills there by a few mortar volleys. Has broken through the central line of defense for the Allies. But can they back that up now? Can they capitalize on that breach they've made? Meanwhile, I think I'm going to pour myself another little drink. What do you guys think? Should I pour myself another little drink? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. We've got a little bit of a lull in combat again. 1 life events. 1 life events. A little bit of lull in the combat. So while we wait. Oh, it's so good. My new favorite rum. Might be in a bit too much rum. Might be in a little bit too much rum. I'll sleep it tonight. I have this thing where rum, whiskey, and vodka is my favorite alcohol. But I have this problem where when I drink rum, whiskey, and vodka, I can't sleep very well. Even if I get absolutely wasted, I will have nightmares and stuff. I don't know what it is. But hey, powerful. See the German forces just slowly reorganizing. You ain't doing much tomorrow then? I'll be streaming tomorrow, don't worry. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Perfect timing. I just finished up making my drink and we're just going to sneak on board down here. quite sure what Schmidt is doing. He has to hurry. Will that be enough to take out the P4? It isn't. He's got his Piat in hand. And there goes the P4. Schmidt about to bleed out. And he just didn't get far enough in time. Hit by the shrapnel. He did manage to take out one of the P4s. As the second one was coming to help support him, maybe. Working tangent, but Schmidt sacrificing himself there, killed by the shrapnel of the P4 he just destroyed. Died a hero. Died an absolute hero. Now Bjorn has to begin his long run back to meet up with his comrades. Big smoke barrage going down here. See a big smoke barrage coming in here from the Allied mortars. Landing perfectly in between the center of these trees. You can just see the road leading through the center of these forest lines, these wooded lines. Well-placed mortars. Concealing the advance. If you were to join a clan, which would it be? I used to be in a clan, but I left it so I could do more casts and stuff and be unbiased. Probably an English-speaking clan. An English-speaking clan that takes part in any kind of event, not just competitive matches, but one-life events such as this and realism events. That's probably the clan I would join. See the Cromwell advancing. I need to sneeze. Give me a second, chat. I need to sneeze. I'm gonna hide. Oh, I'm back. I had to blow my nose and hide. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Look at the German forces rearranging their defenses. Jablinski and Cheese, right? Getting hit by their own team mortars, I think. I think they just got taken out by their own team's smoke mortars there. And someone got disconnected. That might... I wonder if that was a disconnect for team kills. There have been a couple of friendly team kills by mortars this game.
I'm trying to spot Leben now. Don't see anything, but that doesn't mean they're not there.
Robertson getting Jablinski and Cheese right back up. Good shots goes out there, hitting a kill on Helvetic. Enfield shot straight through the tree line, as you can see. German defenders have been pulled in to hold this central wood line again after that big round of mortars landed earlier on that decimated the central defense. BIA and 390 have sent reinforcements in to try hold the central point. As we've got shots being exchanged on both sides now. Enfields firing against machine guns firing back. Kills being exchanged on both sides. You can hear that big engine of the German tank roaring to life as he slowly ekes his way through the wooded roads as the Allies probe in different directions, looking to find where they can exploit the defensive lines to start to get into this first objective point. This would be a perfect time for those mortars just to start raining down like they did earlier on the central point. Just zoom on down. Let's have a look at what it's like on the ground. See the German forces doing their best to delay the advanced.
30 gun is unmanned. 80 gun is under. Watch it.
But is that behind this rock?
Behind it, behind the 80 gun. Yeah, behind this. 260. Headshot. Keep shooting.
This is one thing I would, if I was taking part in a one life event, I would definitely make sure that all my ammo is used before I die. I would not die with a single magazine. A big mortar landing there on Cheesewright and Jablinski and Stewart, they both go down. Watson then, as he tried to retreat, gets hit by a final mortar. Those are gonna be German mortars, I imagine. Some well-placed German mortars. Let's just fly over just for a second. I think those are the German mortars placed perfectly on the advance, and yet you can hear the German mortars firing. Well-placed mortars there on the central defensive line. Casualties once again sustained on both sides. Both teams taking heavily casualties. Who's in the lead so far? 66 kills for the Germans to 39 for the Allies. So the Germans do have the advantage so far in terms of kills. Allies have managed to take out most of the armor, though, so far that they've seen. They've taken out a Tiger, they've taken out a P4, and only in return they've only lost one tank themselves, that being the Churchill. You can see this Cromwell just holding down that roadside there. Perfect spot for this Churchill, able to watch both in front and to its right. Oh, I got hit by rum then. That was mostly rum in that one. Oh.
Be careful, they've got a tank.
Oh. You know what's going to wash that down? More rum. There we go. Drink better. I got hit by mostly rum in that one. Oh, Jablinski. Jablinski not having a good game so far. I feel like he keeps getting knocked out. He seems to be the one a lot on the front line, and he just keeps getting unlucky. And look at the volume of fire being exchanged on both sides now. Got 50 cals, 30 cals, Brens, rifles being fired on both sides, tank blasts going on. As that lulling combat comes to an end, and we've got both teams now suppressing each other through the tree lines. Blind fire through trees, bushes, whatever you have it. Grenades going off, grenadier blasts going off, rockets being exchanged. That's just volumes of fire. Who's going to win? Who's going to get the lucky shots? A bunch of kills going down there for the German defenders in the central wood line. Masses of fire going on. Let's go down below and just see what it's like being down on the ground.
Be quick, use about fire back.
A little bit of friendly fire with machine guns going on there. I feel like... Ooh. Everyone is just firing into the darkness, hoping for the best at this point.
Ceasefire on 310. Ceasefire 310.
Hear the cries going out as grenades, blasts go off now. As the Allies doing their best to punch through this central pocket. 10 minutes left on this first phase. The Allies need to start acting quickly now. They've had a really hard time taking this first objective. 10 minutes left. Can they just keep up this brute force? This brute force of heavy volume of fire and just punch a hole. Hit artillery landing now as the German artillery barrage lands straight on the crossroads. Leben, Lecter, Rosberg, Jablinski, they all get taken out by the artillery fire. The Cromwell doing a good job retreating there, not getting into the blast radius. As reinforcements are on the way. The 6G are going to be under a lot of pressure here. Very shortly, they're going to be sandwiched on both fronts. See the Cromwell moving by. Good blast there from the Cromwell. Gets one kill. Big splash damage on the rest of the Iron 9 squad there. As he's holding back a flank. A Panzerfaust shot towards the Cromwell. Lands in the tree line just before though. Two dashes. Bitters 1 and some orange zest is all you need. I will happily drink rum straight. Rum is so nice all the time. Panther strike to the side. AT missed from the AT Grenadier there, somehow missed. Grenade goes out. That grenade might be enough to take out the Cromwell. Cool Ben bleeds out. The grenade just not doing enough to take out the Cromwell. And Disco goes down. The Cromwell incredibly low in health. Cool Ben just didn't do enough to take it out. The Grenadier blast from Cool Ben didn't do any damage. German Grenadiers do have access to AT grenade. I don't know what you call them. Grenades in this. That they can put on their rifle. Normally in the base game they only have a infantry heavy explosive, but in the realism mod they do have access to an 80 effective grenadier blast as well. Maybe he wasn't far enough to prime it and it just bounced off, who knows. 6J still continuing their big push through the I guess this would be the left flank for us currently of the tree line, trying to break into the center, but the German defense doing a good job holding on, forming those defensive. You can just see how the defensive lines spread out for the German defenders. They always have defensive lines set up, ready just to encircle, suppress, and then just cut in half any advance they see. Trebian goes down there. Schmidt is still alive. Big grenade goes out by Philip. That's going to take out Schmidt. Doesn't matter. Schmidt goes down anyway. Suppressed by the Stig's MG42. And the 6J are starting to get sandwiched now into the center of the woodland. Woodland? Woodline. Oh, damn. I shouldn't drink in cast. Yablinski. Cook, Williams, Shaw. Breaking through. Hook goes down from further back line defense. As Shaw and Williams break through to the center. Gamma bomb landed on the P4. 2 gamma bombs landed on the P4. Weakening it slightly, but not massive damage. P4 starting to retreat now. Marcus was trying to defend the Panzer IV. Shaw and Williams both go down from Feeney. And the P4 is going to live to fight another day as the 6J are looking very, very stricken at this point. Time running out. The German defenders on all flanks encircling as they always do. Strangling and suffocating the Allies in the center. And the casualties are just mounting up. You see that defensive line being formed yet again. That German defensive line forming and starting to push through the tree line. Good mortars being exchanged there from the Germans as well. Oh, my camera's gone super fast. You can see the Allies are being pushed all the way back. See, the Allies did a good job pushing through the tree line before in front of us. They pushed all the way through. They started to break through into the center there. But the reinforcements from the Axis forces, especially forming a flanking group, creating up this firing line, have just suffocated the Allies in the middle. The Cromwell being pushed back as well and struck in the Cromwell all the way back there now, incredibly low in health. That P4 being an absolute dam, holding back the advance as well from the 6GA. Philip gets blasted out by a grenadier blast there. Stig and Blitzkrieg are doing their best to hold this leftmost flank. Another big grenadier blast goes out there. As the 6GA once again try to push through the left into the center. Stig and Blitz both go down. So the leftmost flank is open now, allowing for the 6GA to focus more in front of them and to the remaining flank. I imagine there's only maybe like 2 to 5 minutes remaining, so this really is the 6GA's last chance to take the first objective.
$50 cal is dry.
Jesus. Copy.
Lemon.
So they're 50 cals out of ammo.
Close behind you.
50 cal out of ammo. Cromwell weak.
Okay, we need to move, guys.
German tank pushing in.
Wait,
Manpower low. Ammunition low. Tanks damaged. Not looking too good for the Allied forces this match as the P4 slowly pushes forward, sensing a weak spot in the Allies' defense. No Cromwell here, no tanks to hold back the P4 as the P4 just slowly creeps forward, blasts shots through the tree lines along with its machine guns. Not looking good for the Allies this game. If I was to call it, I think we're going to have a Axis victory tonight at this rate. Unless the 6GA with their infantry here can pull off something big.
Both dead, people.
Right, I'm running.
Nice one. People.
Zoid and his squad doing a good job here.
Get that
They
tank.
take out a small group of German defenders.
If you're not with me.
Continuing their push through. They've broken through the left center. Zoid with a Sten gun getting a good kill there for the tree lines again. Artillery coming down now. I imagine this is German artillery. Well-placed German artillery. 4 kills so far. 5, 6. Half-track goes down as well. So 7 kills there with that artillery. Axis hold and the match ends. There's not going to be enough for the Allies to break through. Time is out. That is a victory to the Axis. Pretty good game overall, I would say. Pretty good game. Let's have a look at the kills and deaths quickly as the ceasefire hasn't quite come to an end. 63 kills to 78 for the Germans. We'll go down this. If you watch it on YouTube, pause the video so you can see the kills where you want to see them. I have to get this quickly before the match goes on to the next map. That was a good game. As always, to my YouTube audience, I'm sorry that I've been a little bit drunk tonight out of it. Hey, it's Sunday. I'm enjoying myself. Real life comes first, but I enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this YouTube, remember, as always, to like the video, subscribe. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll make an OnlyFans account and maybe something else. Who knows? But as always, YouTube, take care. Appreciate it. And remember to visit Twitch at twitch.tv/the_Yazoo. Good night, YouTube. See you next time. And a big thank you to this month's Twitch subscribers: Jabes, Wildane303, Kaiser NG, Mepinator, Wafflecopf, Callum Derp, Soft and Sally, Morning Calf, Fury Arrow 01, Treesap Jake, Yazoo_bot, Brolifer, It's Carl's Designs, Selly_Kitty, and The Juice 056.